Get us started today. Can I get your first and last name and the email address of the account we'll be dealing with?
Hello, my name is Nate Gronstall, but I have a couple questions. But,
Alrighty.
okay, first off, I have an associate here in the call.
Hello.
Howdy.
Uh, we have a very large concern. We are dealing with a worldwide epidemic problem right here.
Okay.
We have a name we want, but it says it's invalid or that it's inappropriate.
Yeah, it says right here, this name contains mature language. And I don't believe that.
Okay. That error can actually come up from a couple of things. The mature language error pops up for any name that might be reserved, whether it's necessarily a name that might contain that mature language, or if it's in use by something in our system or reserved for a future NPC or something like that. It'll still pop up that same error.
I am positive that this isn't in the Blizzard files, or no NPC is named Dorito XX King.
Yeah, it's I think it's a
Okay.
fact, because that's my gamer tag on Xbox, and I want it here. Don't allow
Okay.
me that, though.
All right, totally
What, is the
understandable.
XX inappropriate?
The XX recurring consonants like that can sometimes cause a flagging issue like that. However, it might actually have something to do with the Dorito thing. Occasionally, companies will contact us and say, "Hey, we don't
Nate,
want."
not now.
I'm sorry.
I was just telling him not now, but
Sorry, my game volume is down.
I'm trying to listen to you. He had a question
Okay.
for me, so just continue with what you're saying.
Sorry.
Alrighty. A good part of that cause could be that, in fact, Dorito may have contacted us and said that they didn't want Dorito or Doritos to be used in any names in the game. Companies do this sometimes, for example, Star Wars names can no longer be created. And several branding names like
Wait, so
I think
if I type
Pepsi
in
and Coke are
Skywalker
those.
right now, it will not work.
That should be blacklisted, yeah. That shouldn't be able to be created.
Well,
Yep.
you seem like a really awesome guy. Do you have any recommendations of epic names?
Oh man, I always preferred my first Xbox gamer tag that I eventually got rid of, and that was Lumbering Walnut.
I call it Nate. Okay.
I'll just like
Oh man,
pickle.
lumbering
bear.
lumbering walnut is a little too long.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
see here.
pickle bear worked.
Pickle Bear. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
Yeah. Man, there's all kinds of ways you can go with this. Personally, I like apocalyptic themes and foods. Those are always solid. Like Doom Pickle. Doom Pickle is always solid. You can't go wrong with threatening to end the world via pickles. I don't exactly know what class you're shooting for, so that would help too. I don't know what kind of
DKs,
class
both
race
of
you're doing.
us.
We're trying.
And DK, so you've got to go apocalyptic with that stuff.
That's
I mean,
Okay.
true.
So apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic puppy. That's too long, guaranteed.
Mm.
you can always shorten it with Apocapuppy or something.
Apocalyptic. That's
awesome. Anything special?
Special how so?
Kind of specific detailing. Anything only a Blizzard representative or anybody who works there would actually think of.
Yeah, it has to be
Oh,
so
man.
special. This is our names. We will be stuck with this the rest of our lives.
And,
we
you know,
get the
potentially.
character.
And then there is also the fact that you have to consider that you're rolling DKs, so that technically they're already dead. So that whole rest of the life thing is kind of, it's already gone, man. Man, I'm still pretty happy with that puppy thing that came up a minute
Yeah.
ago. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that one.
Man.
Anything involving waffles always tends to go over really well. We here at Blizzard love waffles. We also love bacon. I mean, we will never.
Will we get anything special if we name ourselves Waffle Bacon and Bacon Waffle?
Yeah.
Gold.
You may never know.
Will we get free gold?
Okay. If it happens, it would be one of those things that just happens. You might never know. You just think, man, my luck is really, really good right now. You never know, and that might actually be some sort of special reward for, being awesome and having a really cool name.
Yeah, man. Because I have two other characters. One is Lynx, which I had Colton here steal from a guy that's AFK too long. And then another one is Druid N. Because my name is Narlo? I don't know, something like that.
Okay, let's get it out of the way. This was a little bit for fun, but his name is actually Nate, and my name is actually Colton. So
right.
we mixed our names together. My name is actually Colton Gronsdahl, and
Okay.
his is Nate Holloway. So you have a really good sense of humor. You are a funny guy, Rick.
I try.
Are you a fan of The Walking Dead?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Are we talking the TV series, or are we talking the comics?
Either one's fine. I like both.
Okay, valid. Fair enough.
Wait, actually, I have a very serious question for you. I don't know if you can answer this, but, like, how do you become what you're doing right now? Like, where do you go to get that job?
See, that was actually kind of a long and complicated story. I actually went to a small warehouse for an interview at Blizzard, and it was completely bare. There was just chairs sitting in the middle of it. I sat down. I was seated in front of just a phone, a speakerphone, and while I was sitting there having a chat with the person who was interviewing me, somebody chloroformed me from behind. I woke up about 12 hours later or so. I approximate guess because it was night, and I was in a big tank full of green fluid, and they had wires running in and out of me all over the place. I looked around the room and I realized that they were growing duplicates of me. And these duplicates were being force-fed information. Little did I know that they would also end up force-feeding same information into me, which was, in fact, my GM training. When we were all done, about 3, 4, 5 months later, I'm not even sure, time passed really, really slow. There was no, wall I could scratch marks onto. They let us all out of the tanks. They seated us in our little cubicles, and they started plugging keyboards into us and these USB ports that they'd surgically grafted into us over the few months there. And so now we're pretty much just these abominations of keyboards and desk chairs.
That was beautiful.
That was great. So, what you're saying... so I have no chance of getting the job.
Unless...
Oh, you do. You just have to be prepared to be chloroformed and stuffed in a tank for several months. But alternately, you can always hit up careers@blizzard.com where they, don't genetically alter you into an abomination of keyboards and desk chairs.
Well, but I want to be an abomination.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be that really epic story.
Yeah.
Well, if that is the life you want, if you want to go lumbering through life, swinging keyboards everywhere like hooks and chains on patchwork, then, that is entirely valid, and you can actually still do that at careers.blizzard.com.
Okay, that's awesome.
Now,
but if you get up there and you're at a warehouse and there's just a chair in there, I'm warning you, you're gonna get comfy in a tank for a while.
Okay, so
I bet.
So how could you breathe in this tank of liquid?
They had a feeder hose going down my throat. Had one hose headed into my lungs for oxygen, and the other was a nutrient-rich paste, which is pretty much just blended Hot Pockets fed it straight into my stomach.
Okay.
You must have been living the thug life.
Yes.
Yeah, all the pepperoni Hot Pockets you can stand.
Yeah,
oh, man.
That's amazing.
After a few months. Yeah.
Well.
Is there anything else I can knock out for you guys today?
Yeah, I got a barrage of questions. One thing, what's your favorite color?
Black.
Okay, not what I was expecting, but good enough. What's your favorite NPC?
My favorite NPC, oh man, that is a really hard one because I'm going to have to reach way back on this. Zul'jin.
Zul'jin.
Yeah, because Zul'jin has not been in WoW. Zul'jin was in Warcraft 2.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute, no, I'm thinking about Vol'jin. You're talking about Zul'jin.
Yep.
Well, I had another question. At Blizzard, Nate, I need you to give him a question. I need to think about this one. I forgot.
Okay, here, I got a question for you. What is your favorite game that's not a Blizzard game?
Currently, okay, we talking single player game. We're talking MMO because I mean
Does not
there's a
matter,
wide
just any
spectrum.
game that you love to play.
Currently, I am really digging Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4, that's... I haven't played it yet, but I've seen and heard some good stuff about it. How's that dubstep gun?
The dubstep gun is absolutely one of my favorite things in that game. I mean, despite the fact that it's kind of underpowered for taking out large groups of people, you know, you're still going to get shot up a lot. It's just so much fun to mess with.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's totally worth it.
I don't know what Saints Row did. At first, they were really serious. Second, they were getting eh. Third, they're just like, okay, joking around the whole game. Now the fourth comes out, you're a superhuman. You're a president, and kind of confuses me, but I mean, whatever.
It's very, very Matrix-like.
Yeah, it is.
There's the reason for that is you are in a virtual world in that game.
Yeah.
So that kind of explains the superpowers. You're just kind of breaking the system.
Yeah.
So. Well, I also have a question about Skyrim. Okay. So, I was there. And then this dragon came. Then I need advice. What do I do?
Well, personally, I would turn off the console or the PC because I never liked Skyrim.
Okay. Okay, I have another question. How come your female employees are so serious about everything
Yeah,
and are
really
like,
easy to troll
prank
them.
calling
Way
is
too easy.
illegal, but yet every guy there is so awesome and has a great sense of humor.
We've
Okay,
never called a
different
guy that's threw a fit about what we do.
Totally understandable, but the reason for that I think has to do with the period of time where you're stuck in that room full of tanks of yourself that are just growing from mush. Some people kind of snap when they go through that, and some people just become really, really depressed by watching themselves become abominations of keyboards.
And so women are more likely to do that?
I don't know. I've met some guys that are far worse.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
what have you ever seen a terrible reaction from a Blizzard employee? Have you ever seen some guy on it like little headset screaming, "We do not do that here. We do not FAP inside of the Blizzard company."
I have not seen that yet, but if I do, I guarantee that we would decommission that abomination pretty quickly.
Like, what do you do when you decommission the abominations of keyboard slinging?
You know how I mentioned that whole Hot Pocket mush earlier? Yeah, it turns out we're actually kind of flavored like pepperoni Hot Pockets, so they just kind of get fed back into the system.
Oh, okay.
I had a key from one of the keyboards stuck in my esophagus for like a week and a half while I was in there. And
I could understand that.
Wasn't good, man. But is there anything else I can help you guys with as far as Blizzard products, though?
Last question for me. I don't know about any.
I'm done.
All right.
My hacks are not working.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I need you to give me a download link, legit, for some serial teleportation, flying, hacking hacks. All right, can you do that for me, Rick?
Not for our games, but you know, Skyrim has a lot of those because you know Skyrim's
Those
so
are
broken.
mods, not hacks. It's not the same.
They're kind of the same. And,
No,
I mean,
it's
let's be
nothing
honest.
the same. I can mod any game. Hacking's a different story.
Do you play Minecraft?
Of course he plays Minecraft. What type of question is that?
Yeah, pretty much all of us around here play Minecraft. So
Everybody. We got a guy who's like, yeah, we can play Minecraft together, but every time that happens, they just don't even take any information of ours.
Yeah,
like,
they don't try to contact us. It's messed up.
it's really depressing.
Yeah. We still haven't got one Blizzard employee to play some game with us.
But we
Yeah,
hope one day.
the biggest issue with that is that we are plugged into the system 24/7, and a lot of the time we don't get to play games with people on the outside. You know, that's one of the reasons I like Saints Row is because one of my heads and one of those little sets of arms can sit over there and play a console and everything, but we can't get too distracted from what we're doing. Otherwise, you know, we'll never get caught up on stuff.
Yeah.
I love how you describe it as people from the outside, as if you're in a prison.
We're not in a prison. We're just permanently connected to our keyboards.
Remember, he's an abomination.
We could leave anytime we want to. It's just that we'd be dragging a pile of computers behind us and such like this, and it wouldn't be pretty. I mean, let's be honest. The National Guard would get called out, and we'd be put down as soon as we hit street side.
Well, that's a very depressing little 1-minute story. But it's been nice talking to you, Rick.
It'd been really nice, though.
Is it a problem if we call again about problems that don't even matter?
You know, it's always great if you guys call with actual issues we can really help with. I hope I was at least able to give you some guidance on that name thing. You know, we're always happy to talk to anybody who enjoys our products. So.
Well, there's a real problem in it is way too laggy in the new area, the Timeless Isle. It's so laggy that the spirit resers don't even res.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, guys. You got right on patch day. Sometimes we can end up with a lot of people in there running around and kind of overloading the area. However, with a little bit of time, we'll get a little bit more server power dedicated to that area to be able to reduce that lag.
And there's go ahead.
That also depends on whether it's system lag or whether it's actual network lag. System lag can happen from just having a lot of people running around and might be able to be helped by just turning the graphics settings way down. However, if it's network lag, it can also be from this.
The day I turned my settings down is the day I stopped playing computer games.
Or you can always throw some, you know, a new graphics card and some extra RAM in there.
I have two graphics cards, so, you know.
And that would probably be throughput there. That means there's probably a few too many people running around the area and you know, just not getting enough data through that little line there to be able to keep up with everybody.
Alright, well, Colton's gonna keep bothering you with stuff, so you just get out of here.
Yeah, even though I do have one more thing that's a real honest fact. There's a 40-man multi-boxer on Darkspear, and I need you to ban him. Because he kills everybody. I need you to ban him for an hour. He goes into Tolbarad and rapes everybody. Come on, man. He killed me.
I totally understand there, because I've been gloriously ganked by some multi-boxers once in a while. In fact, I have to give some respect to the best gank that I've ever had from a multi-boxer. He was a triple mage, dismounted in midair, cast slow fall, and I just see 3 identical mages falling out of the sky. Don't know what's going on until they all start arcane blasting as soon as they hit the ground.
Well, that's 3 mages. This guy had 40 characters. He's a 40-man multi-boxer.
Do you happen to know the character name or anything like that? And I'd be
he has
more than happy
40
to
of them. I could go on and probably find them.
Toss me one of them. Yeah, if you happen to catch the character name or use the, especially if they appear to be intentionally disrupting a zone, like trying to crash things, use that right-click report system because we do actually review every single one of those that comes to us to see if people are just up to no good or see if they're actually being inappropriate.
I would not be surprised if one day